But is he that much of an embarrassment? Because in the very first scene, he fights Quay, right? And they seem to be pretty evenly matched. Like Deck loses, but not by much. He does not, and throughout the rest of the movie, he seems to be competent. He seems to know his stuff. He's a good fighter. He knows how to use these weapons. He's a halfway decent tracker. Was I just asleep, or is there just nothing in the movie that suggested Deck is all that terrible at what he
I
does?
was I was confused as well at that because he killed the Kalisk. Well, he technically almost like beheaded the Kalisk, and obviously the Kalisk kind of cheats and just like regenerates anyways. But I'm like, you have to be a certain level of skilled fighter to be able to take on the Kalisk, which other people are afraid of. So I was a little bit confused by that as well.
They explained to us why the father wanted to kill Deck because obviously he was the weakest. So I don't necessarily think we needed more information, because there's been movies where we're like, you can just have one, like Daniel, like you and Hervey have sometimes said this, where one line is enough, right? And I think that was the one line that we needed to explain Deck's backstory without us having to go into his backstory.
But this is a case of showing versus telling. It is said that Deck is a liability, that he's weak, that he's dragging down the clan, but we never see it. It's the movie's job to show us through actions of characters what the reality is, right? And you can imagine so many ways. You could have had a scene in which, say, Deck and Quay are hunting or are fighting. Maybe they have some kind of enemy, and Deck can't pull his weight. Like he keeps missing and somebody gets killed because of this. And it's clear that the clan is weaker because Deck is in it. Or maybe maybe Quay is just that awesome. Maybe he's, the Jamie Lannister of this, right? He's the rock star prince who everybody looks up to, and Deck looks really bad in comparison. And maybe the father hates him because he's good, but he's not as good as Quay, or something. Or there's something else. Maybe there's some personal reason why the father hates Deck, and the weakness is just an excuse. But any of these could have been valid ways to go, but the movie does not show us any of them. And then the entire movie is predicated on Deck being a competent warrior and hunter and tracker and all of that, right? The obvious way to do this is for him to maybe be good at something, but not at what his culture values, which is killing and hunting. And by teaming up with Thea and and the baby Kalisk, he can use other skills to succeed. Like that would have been I'm not saying the movie had to do this, but this would have been the obvious way to do it, right? That he is good at something, but his culture doesn't value it, and therefore he's viewed as weak when he really isn't. Just to say within Game of Thrones, like Littlefinger is an awful knight, but he would have been a great banker in our world, right? But his society doesn't respect his skills. Like it could have been something like this. And it could have been a whole bunch of other things as well, right? But I'm just saying the movie doesn't show it, because what it does show us is that Deck is actually quite good at killing.